Picture this. You're standing in a medieval courtyard, watching as guards drag a condemned prisoner toward what looks like an innocent birdcage. Except this cage is about to become their tomb, spinning endlessly until madness takes hold. What you're witnessing is just one of history's most twisted inventions, punishments so barbaric that even executioners refuse to carry them out. The whirling cage. Imagine being locked inside a cage barely large enough for your body, suspended high above a town square. But here's the twist that makes your blood run cold. This isn't just confinement. This cage spins, violently, endlessly. Picture yourself trapped as the world becomes a nauseating blur. Your stomach churns, your head pounds, and reality dissolves into a spinning nightmare. Medieval German towns used this demonic contraption on thieves and political prisoners, believing the constant motion would drive out evil spirits. What it actually drove out was sanity. The victim would spin for hours, sometimes days, while crowds gathered below to watch the spectacle. Vomit, blood, and worse would rain down as the prisoner's body gave way to the relentless motion. But the true horror? The psychological break. Guards reported that survivors would scream at the mere sight of anything round for the rest of their lives. The whirling cage was eventually banned when too many prisoners died before confessing their crimes. Even medieval justice systems had their limits, but what you're about to hear next crossed every single one of them. The crocodile shears. Now picture yourself in 16th century Bavaria, accused of attempting to assassinate the local ruler. The executioner approaches with what looks like massive iron jaws, crocodile-shaped pincers designed for one terrifying purpose. You see, the crocodile shears weren't meant to kill quickly. They were heated red-hot in furnaces, then used to tear flesh from bone, piece by agonizing piece. The serrated edges would grip onto whatever body part the executioner chose, and then they would twist. Imagine the searing metal clamping down on your skin, the smell of burning flesh filling the air. But here's what makes this truly diabolical. The punishment was designed to last. Skilled executioners could keep victims alive for hours, carefully avoiding vital organs while methodically destroying everything else. The screams were said to echo through castle walls for days. Chronicles from the period describe crowds fleeing in terror, unable to stomach what they were witnessing. Even hardened soldiers would refuse guard duty during crocodile shear executions. But if you think that's the worst humanity could devise, you haven't met the boot. The boot. Picture this: you're accused of heresy during the Spanish Inquisition. They strap your leg into what appears to be an innocent iron boot. It fits perfectly at first. Then the wedges come out. The Spanish boot was perhaps the most psychologically devastating torture ever created. Wooden or metal wedges would be hammered between your leg and the boot's interior, each blow driving them deeper. Your bones would crack like branches in a storm, but that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was the waiting. Between each hammer blow, they would pause, ask questions, give you time to imagine the next strike shattering what remained of your leg. Victims would beg for death after just a few wedges, but experienced inquisitors knew exactly how much pressure the human leg could take before breaking completely. Imagine feeling your bones splintering, your muscles tearing, while knowing that each confession might stop the agony, or might just delay it. The psychological warfare was as brutal as the physical destruction. Many victims would provide detailed confessions to crimes they never committed, implicating friends and family, just to make the hammering stop. Records show that the boot had a 100% confession rate. Because it was impossible to endure, these punishments disappeared not because humanity grew kinder, but because they were too effective at destroying everything that makes us human. They remind us that the capacity for cruelty lives in every civilization, waiting to be unleashed when fear overcomes reason. The next time you think you've seen the worst humanity can offer, remember the whirling cage, the crocodile shears, and the boot, and be grateful these shadows from our past remain buried in history's darkest chapters. Some doors should never be reopened. If these forgotten horrors left you questioning what else lies hidden in history's vault, you know what to do.